Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. I'm super thankful that you are here. I pray that you slept well. I pray that you got the rest that you needed, and I pray that you got to spend some time with the Lord this morning and in His presence. And if this is what you're using to spend time with the Lord, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. We appreciate the opportunity to get to just pour into your heart what Christ is pouring into our heart, what God is pouring into us. We are just trying to pour out so that others can receive. This morning, this is our Proverbs series, and we are going through Proverbs chapter 8. If you're new here, welcome. We're super thankful for each and every one of you. We feel like that God has brought this channel in front of you for a reason. So I pray that you just stick around for a few minutes and let Him speak. Just clear your mind, put all distractions aside, and just let the Lord just speak to you for a minute. Clearly, like I said, He's brought you here for a reason. He wants to pour something into your heart today. So again, we are looking at Proverbs chapter 8, which chapter 8 talks a lot about wisdom. And we're going to be looking at it from the New King James Version. And let me verify that that's what I have pulled up for you guys over here to see. I do not, so let me fix that. We're going to be looking at the New King James Version, and we are we're finishing up the chapter tonight. We're looking at verses 32 through 30, this morning. We're looking at verses 32 through 36. And so throughout this week, we have post videos on the other verses. Last Saturday, we sat down, did a live, and read through the entirety of the book of Proverbs chapter 8. Tomorrow morning, we will read through the entirety of Proverbs chapter 9. Next week, in the mornings, we will discuss it verse by verse, section by section, break it down, and just see what God puts on our heart and what God leads us. So, again, thank you guys for being here, and let's just jump in. So we're looking at verses, like I said, 32. We're going to break it down into sections. We're going to look at 32, 33, first from Proverbs chapter 8. We're going to be looking at it from the commentary from enduringword.com. There's a link to them in the description below. So go check them out for whatever you guys need for Bible commentary, Bible study, stuff like that. It's a great site. This section is titled Wisdom Appeals for an Audience. And the verses read, "Now therefore listen to me, my children, for blessed are those who keep my ways. Hear instruction and be wise, and do not disdain it." So if we break that down even further, we look at the first verse there. Now therefore listen to me, my children. Having given her impressive resume, wisdom can make a reasoned appeal that we listen to her. And in sometimes subtle and sometimes obvious ways, the world, the flesh, and the devil want us to think that we will somehow lose by listening to wisdom and keeping her ways. The verse says, "For blessed are those who keep my ways." The truth is that there is a great blessing when we keep wisdom's ways. And then the verse goes on to say, "Hear instruction and be wise." Given that wisdom has proven herself to be good and reliable, and that she brings many blessings with her, we should give wisdom our attention and never disdain it. And we move on then to verses 34 through 36. And this section is titled Wisdom's Reward and the Cost of Folly. So the verses read, "Blessed is the man who listens to me, watching daily my gates, waiting at the post of my doors. For whoever finds me finds life and obtains favor from the Lord. But he who sins against me wrongs his own soul. All those who hate me love death." And if we kind of break it down further, here, if we look at the first verse in that section, it reads, "Blessed is the man who listens to me." This blessing comes to those who are not only listen to wisdom, but are willing to inconvenience themselves to seek her. They are willing to watch daily at her gates and wait at the post of her doors. Their pursuit of wisdom is intentional, not accidental. Watching daily at my gates. This is a quote by Clark. It reads, "Wisdom is represented as having a school for the instruction of men, and seems to point out some of the most forward of her scholars coming through their intense desire to learn, even before the gates were open, and waiting there for admission. Then they might hear every word that was uttered and not lose one accent of the heavenly teaching. Blessed are such." The verses read, "Whoever finds me finds life." The commentary says, wisdom here presents two incomparable gifts, life and favor from the Lord. The true love of wisdom is to receive these. To reject wisdom is to wrong one's own soul and to love death. And that closes out these verses here. There's another quote down here by all I have is the last name, Poole. And it says, "Not directly or unintentionally, but by consequence, because they love those practices which they know will bring certain destruction upon them." And that's talking about love, death. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think of these verses? I know that we've dived into a lot in this chapter. This was a rather long chapter and a rather deep chapter. What are your takeaways from it? Have you learned anything? And how do you guys like the way that we do this? Is there a way that we could do it better? What are your thoughts? Put them in the comments below. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, do the same thing. Comment on the video, and we would love to just we'd love to do whatever helps you to help you grow. And if you're new here, like I said, welcome. If you've been here a while, well, we're super thankful for each and every one of you. So let us know in the comments if you have any suggestions, questions, if we can pray for you in any way. Again, what your takeaways from these verses are, and how we could change things up. How would you recommend that we change things up to just allow you to grow closer to God? So again, thank you for watching today. We're super thankful for just the opportunity to get to do this. We're super thankful for the community that you are responsible for helping us build. And we couldn't do this without you. Again, we're so grateful. We're so blessed to be able to do this with each and every one of you out there. So take the time to share, to pray on it, and just ask God to show you a word out of this chapter. Ask God to just touch you, to just pour into your heart and lead you closer to Him and the wisdom that He has. Again, thank you guys for being here. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tonight back in the Psalms series. We're looking at Psalms 21 tonight. Have a great day. Bye-bye.